Watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving?
Falling in a forest, nobody around. Do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound?
When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound?
And in the bad times I fear myself. I'm
Welcome. I would like to thank everyone who has joined us this evening to celebrate the graduation of East Leyden High School's class of 2019. We would like to begin our ceremony with the singing and playing of our national anthem. Please rise and join the Leyden Festival Band under the direction of Mr. Bryan Miller and Miss Abby Cott. Thank you again for all of the pre-show entertainment for Mr. Brownlee, Miss Cunningham, Mr. Miller, and Miss Cott. Let's hear it again for our Leyden Band and Choir, please. It is with great pride that I welcome you here to celebrate tonight this wonderful milestone of the class of 2019. Tonight, we are fortunate to be able to celebrate in the great style and comfort here in the beautiful Rosemont Theater. We'd like to thank the Village of Rosemont, the generosity of Mayor Bradley Stevens, and particularly Theater Director Ed Balo, and we are able to celebrate our graduation in this perfect setting. Please help me show our gratitude. Although tonight is clearly about this wonderful and amazing group of seniors in front of you, ready to take their next step, I know that they would like to take one more opportunity to thank the faculty who has joined us here this evening. There is honestly not a finer group of people that I have known in any school that I have personally worked in. Faculty, please stand and face the audience. Thank you for all that you do each and every day. And now I would like to specifically recognize 3 members of our faculty who are retiring this year. Please help me in congratulating them on their last graduation with us here at East Leyden and their retirements. Our librarian at East Leyden, Ms. Condren, social studies teacher, Mr. Jamarin, and math teacher, Mr. Smith. The class of 2019 has accomplished so much in their time here at East Leyden and have been rewarded by earning just under $7 million in grants and scholarships to colleges and universities from across the country. That is truly an amazing number. Congratulations to you. And now I would like to introduce, presenting his commencement speech, The Road, our superintendent, Dr. Nick Poliak.
Good evening. On behalf of the school board, administration, faculty, and staff at Leyden, I'd like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2019. There are thousands of people in the room tonight, and each one of us has followed a different road through our lives. Some stretches are smooth, and some are filled with bumps and potholes. Sometimes the skies are clear, other times we're driving in the rain or the snow. As a Leyden graduate, I want to remind you that your road continues after tonight. This isn't the end of the road, this is merely a bend in your road. You cannot yet see what lies around the corner, but I promise you that your families, your teachers, and administrators have prepared you for whatever you will encounter. As you travel your road, you will encounter people who need your help. Maybe they need a ride, maybe they've run out of gas, or maybe they even have a flat tire. Take the time to take care of the people in your life. The road is more enjoyable when we take care of one another. I wish I had time to tell you about the roads that all of our graduates have followed up to this point, but I would like to take the time to highlight 3 students from this outstanding graduating class. At East Leyden, the students are issued a 3-part challenge: be kind, find your passion, commit to excellence. Tonight's students each represent one part of that challenge. And so to begin with, I'd like to introduce Isha Shah for Be Kind. Isha Shah was born in Gujarat, India. When I asked her what life was like growing up in India, she said 2 words: beautiful and crowded. I looked it up online and found that Gujarat has a population of nearly 70 million people. Compare that to the state of Illinois, which has a population of approximately 13 million people. She told me that she liked it there because everyone talked to everyone. That interaction with other people is very important to Isha. Her mother has a saying: you can't clap with one hand, you need 2 hands to clap. To her, this means that we have an impact on those around us. If you talk to someone, they will talk back. If you smile at someone, they will smile back. In this way, we are like the 2 hands clapping. She lived in a large home with 11 relatives from 3 generations of her family. Her father ran an electronics business, which her grandmother had started. Isha attended the Mother Teresa Convent School from preschool through 7th grade. The students there learned English, and they were fined if they spoke other languages at school. She transitioned to the local public schools for 8th grade, 9th grade, and the first half of 10th grade. At this point, her parents made the decision to move to the United States in order to find better educational opportunities for Isha and her younger sister, Shafali. They originally moved to Schiller Park, and Isha spent 1 month at East Leyden as a sophomore before her father took a job opportunity in North Carolina. She struggled with this move as she felt like more of a novelty to the students around her. They asked her questions about what she ate and about her race. Isha didn't understand that question, and she told those students that she doesn't run marathons. One of her teachers explained to her that they were talking about her ethnicity when they said race. Her family moved back to Schiller Park that summer, and she came to East Leyden for her junior and senior years. She told me that at East Leyden, she found students of all ethnicities, religions, and colors. Instead of questions about her race, students introduced themselves and suggested that she join clubs here. She said she found countless opportunities to try new things at Leyden. Isha explained that in North Carolina, the question, "Who is Isha Shah?" was answered by, "She is that brown kid." At Leyden, the same question is answered by, "She is the person who talks to everyone." Last year, Isha started in our English language learning program. English is actually her 4th language, and she knew she was capable of taking on more challenging work. After speaking to her teachers and her counselor, she eventually met with her assistant principal, Dr. Ritter. She advocated strongly that she should be moved to honors English. She recalls Dr. Ritter telling her, "You can do it." They were both correct, as Isha earned an A in honors English this year. That was only one example of her successes. When she lived in India, she received awards for her handwriting, her speaking abilities, and even for being a good dancer. Isha's perfect attendance at school started in India and continued here at Leyden. She's been named an inspirational Eagle, an exceptional Eagle, and she is perhaps most proud of being named to the Daily Herald's annual leadership team with students from high schools all over the suburbs. Earlier, I mentioned that Isha was asked about joining clubs at Leyden. She took full advantage of those opportunities as membership in the Ecology Club, Excellence Club, Anime Club, Culture Club, Fashion Club, Pulse Club, Key Club, and she served as a peer coach and an access mentor. She also works 25 hours a week at the Schiller Park Library, volunteers to tutor Leyden students in math, and is helping a fellow student who is a refugee from Burma as she adjusts to Leyden. I already mentioned the impact that Dr. Ritter had on Isha. Dr. Ritter is her role model, and she told me she wants to be like her one day. She also asked that I share about one of the East Leyden security guards, Deb Muse. She explained that Miss Muse has been so nice to her, and they originally met as Miss Muse was supervising the locker rooms. Last year, Miss Muse gave Isha some chocolates and cookies as a Christmas gift. It brought a tear to Isha's eye as she said, "No one had ever given me anything for Christmas," even though she attended a Christian Catholic school in India because her family celebrates different holidays and festivals. Isha told me Miss Muse means a lot to me, and she is a huge part of my heart. Isha actually listed off dozens more people to thank, but we do have limited time up here tonight. So what comes next for Isha Shah, the person who talks to everyone? She's been awarded the Trustee Scholarship at Triton College, where she will attend free of charge for the next 2 years. She also won the American Legion Scholarship, which will help with any other costs. She plans to transfer to the University of Illinois at Chicago to pursue a career in international business and/or find any direct ways to improve humanity. Isha, please know that Leyden is a better place because you were here. As you move forward today and continue to meet others, remember your mother's advice about the impact of two hands clapping. I have a feeling that your life will result in thunderous applause that benefits the world. In fact, I think it will sound something like this. Please help me congratulate Isha Shah. Next, for Find Your Passion, I'd like to introduce Hubert Kaczynski. Talking to Hubert is not like talking to a typical 18-year-old high school student. During our first few minutes of speaking, he used a very interesting phrase several times. He talks about things that, quote unquote, take his heart. He explained that those are things he loves doing so much that he can see himself doing them forever. He listed examples of literature, music, education, and even his favorite Polish foods. That makes sense because Hubert was born in southern Poland, near Ukraine. His parents were concerned that there weren't sufficient opportunities for their 4 boys, Hubert being the youngest, and they moved to Chicago when he was only 2 years old. After living in several apartments in Chicago and the south suburbs, they found a permanent home in Franklin Park. He recalls learning English as a small child in the obvious way, watching Dora the Explorer, Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Winnie the Pooh. His grandmother would take him to a park near their home, and he was able to use his new English skills to make friends with kids in the neighborhood. As a young bilingual child, he entered Petrini Elementary School. He made a lot of friends there and was twice named a Petrini Patriot of the Week. That was the first time he remembers receiving recognition for his academic work. When he moved on to Hester Junior High School, he began to experiment with being the class clown. His teachers caught on to his act, and helped him refocus his attention back on his schoolwork. Specifically, his English teacher helped him refine his grammar usage, and his social studies teacher helped him shape a better worldview. During 8th grade, he took his MAP tests, which would place him into his courses at Leyden. Hubert was not happy with the results, so he worked with his math teacher on study guides. After 2 retakes, he placed into all honors courses at Leyden. He told me this taught him, if you put in the effort, you'll get what you want. As a freshman, on November 10th, 2015, Mr. Grosch came and pulled Hubert out of class. He knew something had happened because a dean came for him and not a security guard. But he didn't know what. When he got home, he found his entire family in the front yard, but he could not find his father. That morning, Hubert's father had died after a sudden heart attack. Hubert told me that his father spent his whole life finding ways to help his kids. I believe we can see his father's influence as Hubert hopes to become a doctor so that he can take care of others as well. Back at Leyden, Hubert began pouring his effort into his coursework and school involvement. He's taken 10 advanced placement courses: biology, chemistry, physics, European history, US history, calculus, English language, English literature, Spanish 5 and Spanish 6. He's in the National Honor Society and president of the Spanish Honor Society, where he has collectively logged over 300 community service hours. He's been involved in the Future Business Leaders of America, the Investment Club, the Swim Team, Think Tank, and the Principia Science Club. He attributes a lot of his high school successes to 2 of his teachers. Mr. Gagliardi taught his AP biology course. Hubert said he was warned that that course was very difficult, but he took it anyway. He described Mr. Gagliardi as a teddy bear who is willing to show you tough love. He's respectful, intelligent, and has no filter when it comes to telling students how it is. The second teacher he told me about was Miss Carrillo. He explained that she has been like a second mother to him, and she's always there to listen. Through her help, he is now trilingual with the addition of Spanish. Hubert is finishing up high school ranked number 8 in his graduating class. He's been honored as an Illinois State Scholar, an AP Scholar with distinction, a Fern Award winner, and much more. Next year, Hubert will be attending Loyola University in Chicago to pursue a career in medicine. He's been awarded the Presidential Scholarship, which is a 4-year full ride. Any additional costs he has will be covered through earning the Hester PTA, Lucia Ramirez, and Kevin Big Cat Christian local scholarships. When I asked Hubert if there was anything he wanted to add, he asked that I thank a few people for him. He said his girlfriend, Paulina, is paving the way a year ahead of him as she pursues veterinary medicine. He explained that his friends, Adrian, Alan, and Patrick, have pushed each other towards excellence in high school. He closed on his mother and wants to say, thank you for all of the amazing food and for always being there for him. He is proud of who you made him to be. Hubert, as you continue on your path to become an amazing trilingual doctor, remember to keep surrounding yourself with amazing people. Leyden is proud of you, and we hope you continue to find new and exciting things that take your heart. Congratulations. And finally, for Commit to Excellence, I'd like to introduce Adriana Olvera Cabral. The first time I remember meeting Adriana was at an equal opportunity in downtown Chicago. She stood in front of a room full of people and talked about her academic growth from English language learning courses to advance placement success. At that time, she was a sophomore, and the room gave her a standing ovation. Little did I know at that time that there's much more to Adriana's story. She grew up in Mexico City with her mom, her dad, her brother Gabriel, and her sister Cynthia. In fact, she said her extended family all lived on the street, and everyone stayed very local. She wasn't allowed to go far from home because, as in many other areas in Mexico, there was dangerous traffic, and there was always news about robberies and kidnappings. Adriana went to school there until 8th grade. She was involved in gymnastics and taekwondo, and she was one of the top academic students in her class. Some of her relatives were involved in some bad things, and through the years, more and more members of her family became involved. Even though a small part of her family, including her parents, stayed out of these affairs, they still had the risk of being associated with these matters, which was very dangerous. Through the years, the situation worsened and there was no sign of change. That situation, in addition to other problems, led Adriana's parents to begin considering move to the US as the best option for their family. At the end of April in 2014, something else happened, and at this point they'd had enough. The decision was made at the end of May that they would move on July 1st. This gave them about 1 month to get everything ready and say goodbye to everyone. Adriana left her friends, and she left her dog behind. From their home in Mexico, where she had her own bedroom, her family moved into a 1-bedroom apartment with her grandparents. All 5 members of the family slept in the living room of that apartment for the next 7 months. Her only knowledge of American schools came from watching American movies and shows growing up. Even though she had completed 8th grade in Mexico, her birth date dictated that instead of coming to East Leyden with her brother, she would be in 8th grade again at Lincoln. After having been one of the top students in her school, she now found herself in a situation where she knew some English words but no grammar. She told me I had no clue what was happening. She was in an ELL support with 5 other students from a variety of different countries. One positive memory from that time was her art class, and she recalls receiving praise for the quality of her artwork. As Adriana transitioned to Leyden, she came back to gymnastics. She was planning to also play soccer, but was convinced to come out for track to help prepare herself. She found that many of the track kids spoke Spanish, and she stuck with that sport. Over the next 4 years, Adriana became a multi-sport athlete in gymnastics, track, and cross-country. In fact, she's been one of the cross-country captains for the past 2 years. In the morning, when most of her classmates are still asleep, you can often find Adriana running laps in the fieldhouse. While her athletic and personal gains are impressive, I haven't even talked about her academic gains. She started with us in literacy and sheltered courses for students learning English. She met Ms. Porro early in her freshman year, who told her, "You should be an AP Spanish 5. Adriana switched into that course and found that it was made up mostly of juniors and seniors. It didn't matter, though. She passed the AP test and told me that class was easy for me. She went to her gymnastics coach, Miss Thomas, and asked for her help to get moved into honors classes for sophomore year. By this time, her family had moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. Grandma and Grandpa had 1 room, and her family of 5 slept in the other bedroom. This led to her enrolling in AP Spanish 6, Introduction to Engineering, English 2, Biology Honors, and double math courses with Geometry Honors and Algebra 2 Honors. She was struggling to keep pace with this workload and was helped when her family moved into their own apartment, and this gave Adriana some additional privacy and room to work. Heading into junior year, she wanted to challenge herself, so she signed up for AP US History, AP Art Studio, AP Statistics, Pre-Calculus Honors, Principles of Engineering, Chemistry Honors, and AP English 3. She chose that last course because she wanted to have Mr. Narder as a teacher. She said he pushed her to her limits, and with his teaching and our volunteer tutor, Mr. Callister's help, she was successful and was even given a Fern Award. This past year featured AP Computer Science, AP Computer Science Principles, AP Calculus, AP English 4, AP Physics, athletic PE and digital electronics. Sprinkle in the National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, peer mediator, ESL access mentor, and a West Suburban Conference leader. Adriana told me, although my goal was getting in the top 10, number 12 is not that bad for someone who couldn't understand a sentence 4 years prior. Adriana would like to thank all of her teachers for supporting her and helping make the most out of her education at Leyden. She gives thanks to Mr. Markey and Dr. Ritter for supporting her during her transition to AP courses. Finally, Adriana would like to thank her counselor, Ms. Funes, for working with her and her brother. She said Ms. Funes was her guide on college applications, and she has always been there for her. Next year, Adriana will be studying mechanical engineering in the Honors College at the University of Illinois, Chicago, where she received $35,000 in scholarship money. When I spoke with Adriana, she reflected back to her life in Mexico. She said, "I left almost everything I loved. My home, my friends, my family, and my dog. Everything that made me who I am, just to come here and hopefully have a chance to get a higher education. Therefore, I always think that if I made this sacrifice, I must make it worth as much as I can." Adriana, please allow me to tell you that you far exceeded that goal you set for yourself. We couldn't be more proud of your accomplishments and excited for what is ahead of you. I was proud of you when I heard you speak as a sophomore and you got that standing ovation. Today, I am amazed by you. Best of luck. Speaking on behalf of all of us at Leyden, to all of our graduates tonight, it has been an honor to be part of your journey. Enjoy the road you are on. When you come to an intersection and you need to turn one way or the other, please make the right choices. Keep your focus on your ultimate destination, whatever that might be. We are so proud of all of you today. We wish you nothing but the best in your lives. And remember, no matter where you go and no matter what you do, you will always be a Leyden Eagle. Congratulations.
And now I would like to welcome to the microphone this year's salutatorian at East Leyden, Nathaniel Martinez. And Nathaniel will talk about where we have been.
Good evening. I would first like to welcome Leyden faculty, administration, friends, and family for coming here tonight to celebrate our class's graduation. On such a monumental day in our lives, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our teachers, parents, and anyone else who's made a profound impact on our lives. I personally would like to thank my friends Gerardo, Christian, Javi, Roy, and Miss Pater for making every day unforgettable, and my parents, brother, cousins, and the rest of my family in the audience tonight for always being supportive in everything I do. Although it may feel like it was just yesterday, 4 years ago we set sail on our journey to today, graduation day. It may have seemed that graduation may never come after hearing "take out a half sheet of paper in AP Euro" or seeing your card pulled in artist class. But class of 2019, as you look to your left and to your right, it's clear that we've all managed to survive. In 4 years, we went from confusedly walking down Leyden's halls freshman year to teaching freshmen how to navigate the halls as access mentors in the blink of an eye. Some of us went from enthusiastically showing up to our first day of school to, like Xavier Awad, suffering from extreme laziness and apathy associated with senioritis. Although we can all hopefully get rid of our senioritis in time for the upcoming school year, I realized that some things, like Sanan Katurik's rather unique laugh, will never change. Nonetheless, high school has represented a turning point, not in European history or American history like Mr. Tazik and Ms. Hepler have taught us, but in our own history. We've grown increasingly resilient after weathering all-nighters, finishing those AP biolabs and English papers, which, let's be honest, is the result of watching one too many episodes of our favorite show on Netflix. Along with our personal experiences, high school has given us the strength we need to dive into the world. Whether this means going to college, trade school, or entering the workforce, our paths are diverging. When choosing your life's path in the coming years, take into consideration these words from actor Jim Carrey. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare ask the universe for it. You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance at doing what you love. As we all open a new chapter in our lives, I hope you take a chance at doing what you love and hold all your friends and family close while you do it, since they will likely provide the support you need as you venture off into the future, starting as soon as we move our tassels to the left. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And now, this year's East Leyden valedictorian, Christian Moscosa, who will present his speech, Where We Are Going.
Before I get started, I want to briefly thank my caring family, who've loved me no matter what, the wonderful teachers I've had the privilege of learning from, and the amazing friends who've been by my side. They've all shaped me into the person I am today. A while back, I was introduced to a YouTube channel named Yes Theory. Supposedly, it's fairly popular, but I've never heard of it until my friend showed me. Anyway, their core message seems to be this: seize the opportunities that come your way, even if they are discomforting, as the experience could be fulfilling and impactful. In other words, say yes to a chance that could benefit you. This was on my mind as I entered Six Flags on a wet, chilly day a few weeks ago, ready to take on a challenge greater than the Little Dipper. And despite what some people may say, no, I wasn't riding on the Little Dipper 20 times because I was too short for the bigger rides. I was just a little scared of getting that weird tummy feeling you get from the drops, you know? Anyway, I decided to go big by going on the Goliath as my first ride there. For those of you who don't know, the Goliath is known for their 180-foot near vertical drop. Because I was the first in line, I got to watch them test the ride. This did not help my nerves, but I was determined. I hopped on the front cart, ready to put my fears behind me. As the cart moved slowly uphill, I felt a wave of regret hit me. Maybe that Yes Theory guy was dumb, and I was gonna hate this. But as the car and my stomach dropped, I felt the wind whip by. I felt the rush of excitement. I felt the car cutting through the air. It was so much fun, I was able to tackle the giant drop and raging bowl later that same day. So, class of 19, is this short anecdote enough to convince you that the Yes Theory guy may have been onto something? No, probably not. It's just one example. But as you all receive your diploma today and begin a new chapter in your lives, maybe you should consider saying yes to an opportunity that pops up for you. It could be as small as turning off that video game, getting off the couch, and hanging out with some friends you haven't seen in a while, or something as big as finally catching all 809 Pokemon. You might feel happy about that decision afterwards. At the end of the day, only you know which opportunities to go for. If a weird-looking dude pops out of the corner of your local library offering some free mints, then I think you should pass. Although hearing the word free sounds great, that's how they get you. In case you're having a hard time distinguishing a good situation from a bad one, follow the words of Detective Pikachu and feel it in your jellies. If that doesn't work, then I don't know what to tell you. I got nothing else. To close off my speech, I want to leave you all with this final message. Don't live life with regrets. Have fun, take risks, and do what you need to do to be happy, to make others happy. We ain't gonna be here forever, so we should at least make our time count. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Christian. And now, our Leyden Chamber singers will now perform This Day under the direction of Miss Stacy Cunningham.
This day is fragile, soon it will end, and once it has vanished, it will not come again. So let us love with a love pure and strong, before this day is gone. This day is fleeting, it slips away. Not all our money can buy back this day. So let us pray that we might be a friend before this day is spent. Oh, this day where giving is golden, let us show love. This day is ours for one moment. Let us show love. This day is frail, it will pass by. So before it's too late to recapture the time, let us share love, let us share God before this day is gone. Before this day is
Thank you, chamber singers. It is now my pleasure to introduce our school board president, Mr. Gregory Ignofo. Mr. Ignofo, it is my honor to present the class of 2019 for the awarding of their diplomas.
Thank you. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be here tonight, and this is an exciting time as we celebrate another milestone in the lives of these fine young men and women, Leyden's newest alumni. They are our Leyden pride. Graduates, we are all here tonight to honor you and celebrate with you. We recognize how you rode up to countless challenges, persevered through all kinds of adversity, and achieved your goals. You did this with a commitment to yourself, your families, and the Leyden community that you were going to succeed. And now, And as it says on the back cover of your yearbook, first stop Leyden, next stop the world. Yes, you are ready to go out into the world, but before you go, there is something that I would like you to know and remember. And that is how you have influenced so many, including myself, in what it takes to persevere and achieve your goals. I would imagine for the most part, you never realized how or when you influenced others. So let me give you an example. A few years ago, I rediscovered running after a 9-year absence. Early on, I would go out to Gwynn Park, where I would struggle between a fast walk and a brisk jog. It was so hard that I was starting to think that I would never truly run again. I started looking at running as a chore rather than something I used to enjoy. Then one day I was in Gwynn Park when the girls' track team were running. While they were all passing me up, I saw something that will stay with me forever. Something that gets me refocused when things get difficult. About 30 feet ahead of me were 3 girls who I could tell were struggling. So much so that I had a brief thought that even I could pass them. Then 2 other girls passed me up. And when they started to go past the other 3, one of the 2 girls simply opened her hand and placed it on the back of one of the slower runners as encouragement. That genuine and simple image of influence and encouragement has stayed with me as vividly today as when I first saw it. So I use that brief snapshot in time when I struggle to pick up my running pace or with any other challenge. So I hope that you will remember that as you go out into the world, that you will continue to influence others, and that what you say and what you do has real meaning. So thank you for influencing me. Now it is time to acknowledge and say thank you to those who have impacted your lives, those who have had a hand in informing your character and have influenced you. Some have been alongside you since birth, some that you have come to know here at Leyden, and some you have never met. But each has played an essential role in your life. Leyden encourages our students to dream the dream and provides them with the tools and the opportunity to live the dream. But there are only a few who have stood up and defended the dream. Would all those who have worn our country's uniform please stand so that we may have the opportunity to thank you for your service. Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, please stand. Where are our veterans? Thank you. You make this all possible. Please remember that Monday, May 27th, is Memorial Day, a day to remember those who have given their lives in defense of freedom, including several of our own Leyden alumni. And a special thank you to Leyden community's first responders. They are on the front line every single day, protecting us and keeping us safe. Would all the first responders, police, fire, and especially Sergeant Joe O'Connor, please rise. Our first responders in the house. Doesn't matter what community you're in. Thank you. Along with several thank yous, graduation is also a time to say some goodbyes. Joe Sanchez, where are you? Joe Sanchez, please stand. Where are you hiding, Joe? There you are, over here. Last August, Joe and Jackie Quinones from West were sworn in as Leyden student board members. Through their participation at school events, attendance at board meetings, and their many other commitments, Joe and Jackie have brought your voice to the highest level of decision-making. And when the Board of Education needs to make a decision about what's best for kids, we turn our attention to Joe and Jackie for their input. They have represented you very well. Joe, thank you for your commitment to Leyden, the long hours, and your valuable insight and collaboration. We will miss you. Graduates, the rest of the people that I will acknowledge have one single common purpose, and that is to provide you with the best possible high school education with an abundance of quality experiences for you to grow physically, academically, and emotionally. Remember, if it wasn't for you, the student, Leyden High Schools simply would not exist. We believe that Leyden High School provides the best possible education for our students with a wide variety of opportunities, and that each individual student has unique talents, and those unique talents need to be identified, nurtured, and honed. And although they are small in numbers, their impact is immense. Leyden High Schools enjoys the best team of administrators in any school district anywhere. Administrators, thank you for your vision, passion, and consistent vigil over our most precious asset, our kids. Thank you, administrators. And a special thank you to Dr. Karen Ritter, sitting next to me. Dr. Ritter will be leaving Leyden at the end of next month to be the new principal at Niles West. Karen, thank you for all you have brought to our kids and community. We wish you the very best. Now, I've been out of high school for 45 years, but I can still remember many of my high school teachers. I can remember them because they had such an impact on my life. And it wasn't until I got a bit older that I was truly able to see that my teachers, like yours, had made a commitment to providing me with the very best educational opportunities, not just on what I was going to be tested on, but all of the tools I was going to need going out into the world. I remember feeling their frustration when I didn't perform as I should have, their encouragement, guidance, and patience as they worked with me to achieve my goals, and their pride when I succeeded. I remember them because they made a commitment to me, not just as a student, but as a person. So 45 years from now, when you come back for a reunion and walk the halls of East, you will reminisce not just about each other. You will, without a doubt, also talk about all of your teachers that made a commitment to you as a person, and in doing so, have impacted your lives. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, with the faculty of East Leyden, please stand to be recognized. Thank you, faculty. Our teachers. A thank you to Ken Reyes and his staff for your tireless commitment to the Leyden community and for providing an excellent facility for us to work and learn. Thank you, Ken. There are many others who work tirelessly for the success of Leyden students. Our support staff, security staff, aides, bus drivers, and cooks, all who play an essential role in their education and well-being, and so often go unrecognized for their vital contributions. Your collective efforts and your commitment to the Leyden family have helped to bring these fine young men and women here tonight. Thank you. Leyden certainly wouldn't be Leyden if it wasn't for all of the volunteers, those loyal Eagles who consistently give their time, talents, and resources so these young men and women, like these graduates, can have extra opportunities. Thank you to all the volunteers. Last, but certainly not least, a very special thank you to your neighbors, the taxpayers. We are very grateful that the Leyden community continues to support the innovative programs for the benefit of our students. Thank you, taxpayers. Graduates, while a thank you is nice and appreciated, I can tell you with certainty that what is truly desired of you is that you lead healthy, happy, and productive lives, and that you remember how you were helped so that you can continue to help others. And I can tell you now that the rest of the world is anxiously awaiting your arrival. To the families of these new Leyden alumni, thank you for allowing us to be part of their lives. We share with you the commitment to excellence for their success, and I hope that we have met and exceeded your expectations. Mr. Markey, Dr. Poliak, on behalf of the Board of Education, it is with an abundance of Leyden pride that I accept these fine young men and women as Leyden High School's newest alumni, the East Leyden class of 2019. They bring honor to themselves, their families, and the entire Leyden community. Thank you.
And now I would like to call to the stage Julia Rosinska, Alejandro Martinez, and Victoria Donowska with a request on the behalf of the class of 2019.
Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2019. We thank all of our families, friends, and teachers who are present to honor us tonight. Because this is such a special occasion for each and every one of us, we would like to make this very special request. As the names of the graduates are announced, please hold your applause and cheers so that the names of all graduates can be heard in an equal and fair manner. With your help, we look forward to making this a most meaningful and respectful ceremony. Thank you.
Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de la clase de 2019. Agradecemos a nuestras familias, amigos y maestros que están presentes para honrarnos esta noche, porque se trata de una ocasión muy especial para todos y cada uno de nosotros. Nos gustaría hacerle una petición muy especial. Cuando se anuncien los nombres de los graduados, por favor, no aplaudir para que los nombres de todos puedan escuchar de la misma forma y sea justo para todos. Con su ayuda, esperamos tener una ceremonia significativa y respetuosa. Gracias.
Witamy na ceremonii graduacji klasy roku 2019. Dziękujemy serdecznie wszystkim naszym bliskim, przyjaciołom i nauczycielom za Waszą obecność tutaj dla uhonorowania naszej uroczystości. Ponieważ jest to szczególna okazja dla każdego z nas, bez wyjątku, mamy szczególną prośbę. Gdy wyczytywane będą nazwiska graduujących uczniów, prosimy powstrzymać się od braw, aby wszystkie nazwiska mogły być usłyszane jednakowo, głośno i wyraźnie. Niech z Waszą pomocą ta ceremonia będzie szczególna i niezapomniana dla wszystkich. Dziękujemy.
Ushers, please prepare the graduates. I'd like to give a special thank you to our two faculty members who will be reading our graduates' names, Ms. Sonia Kasanovich and Mr. Alex Jamarin. Thank you. Also, assisting with tonight's ceremony are 6 students from the class of 2020, our ushers this evening. Amaya Hernandez, Paige Koziel, George Linares, Jimmy Lonengro, Nicholas Motika, and Maximus Price. Thank you all. Presenting diplomas this evening, our Board of Education members, Mrs. Lisa Anthony and Mr. Joseph Trevino. Thank you.
Christian Moscosa.
Nathaniel Martinez.
Gerardo Isaac Porras.
Patrick Surratt.
Hannah Jane Dumakmat Evangelista.
Kirsten Poland.
Christopher Edward Rosales Lingat.
Joshua Strauss.
Hubert Kaczynski.
Isabella DiLolo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the class of 2019's top 10 students.
Anthony Aducci.
Alexis Aguilar.
Eric Daniel Aguilar.
Jennifer Denise Aguinaga.
John Paulo Rosales Aguirre.
Nayeli Aguirre.
Xavier Jordan Awad.
Jenny Alcaraz.
Mario Alfaro.
Diego Alvarado.
Jacqueline Alvarado.
Kevin Alvarado.
Alberto Javier Alvarez.
Denise Anaya.
Olsven Andrino.
Bryan Noel Aramburo.
Iris Arce.
Alejandro Arias.
Angelica Milagro Arroyo.
Ashley Marie Arroyo.
Eric Orlando Arroyo.
Thomas Allen Artis.
Evelyn Arzola.
Areli Avila.
Jenna Marie Azzarello.
Aileen Baena.
Maximilian Bayorek.
Jason Barrios.
Jacob Batson.
Stefano Bernabe.
Brooke Bernacki.
Sandra Bevilacqua.
Alexandra Lucia Bianco.
Lucy Biel.
Natalie Burholtz.
Matt Blazinski.
Brian Borowski.
Kayla Elise Boyd.
Nico Rade Bojovic.
Brandon Braden Pacheco.
Abby Claire Brewer.
Kyler Britton.
Melissa Bushel.
Cicero Buneg.
Anthony Calafati.
Luciana Tanella, Calabria.
Brian Kano.
Sam Cangilosi.
Ivan Cardenas.
Jesus Cano.
Morgan Lee Carley.
Trinity Danielle Cardona.
Adriana Castillo.
Giovaniel Carrion.
Michael Cerna.
Justina Maria Cedeno.
Jordan Chalikoff.
Michelle Chavarria.
Brian Cholko.
Julia Chutchman.
David Chuku.
Daria Anna Chihon.
Anthony Jonathan Sishi.
Maria Veronice Cisneros.
Julius Manuel Colon.
Christina Colon.
Nayeli Contreras.
Maryfer Corona.
Emily Cotto.
Nathaniel Joseph Cote.
Ivy Marie Cruz.
Riley Cullerton.
Madison Grace Cunningham.
Sandon Katurik.
Louis Chakowski.
Joseph Diodosio Jr.
Victoria Dalkey.
Stephanie Ann Danick.
Hannah Grace Danha.
Victoria Danovska.
Jana Marie Ripolius Davila.
Nathan Davis.
Emiliano de Blas.
Brian Noe Delao.
Mario Delao.
Riley Catherine Dale.
Areli Delgado.
Marley Audrey Delgado.
Brandon Diaz.
Francisco Diaz.
Giovanni George Diaz.
Melanie Diaz.
Monica Diaz.
Tony Dobrev.
Olivia Domorodska.
Anna Karen Dorado.
Jonathan Dorado.
Vincenzo Dragota.
Victoria Druzh.
Alexandra Drodowska.
Bobby Ray Dupree.
David Duall.
Patricia Dibas.
Viviana Paola Enciso.
Dulce Maria Enriquez Garcia.
Athena Desiree Falat.
Mattia William Esposito.
Jesus Alfredo Federico.
Nizelle Shane Fallerin.
Ashley Melissa Felix.
Kiara Feliciano.
Rafael Fernandez.
Christian Matthew Ferdinand.
Derek Flores.
Jasmine Figueroa.
Angel Forster.
Eric Flores.
Tyler Franklin.
Eric Franco.
Alan Yahir Garcia.
Jaylene Gamboa Salazar.
Joanne Garcia.
Anna Garcia.
Miriam Garcia.
Nellie Garcia.
Serenity Star Jarina.
Catherine Garduno.
Aserena Gillespie.
Kevin Geik.
Gabriela Gomez.
Alexis Gomez.
Andrea Gonzalez.
Alexandra Gonzalez.
Gloria Garay.
Zitlali Irma Gonzalez.
Jasha Janae Gozanko.
Matt Gerskowski.
Gregory Greco.
Jeshley Granados Hernandez.
Gabriel Alexander Guarderas.
Maya Gronkowski.
Catherine Elizabeth Gulo.
Giovanni Gulino.
Anna Marie Guzman.
Andrew Guzman.
Jared Gordon Hankins.
Carla Guzman.
Daniel Hedrick.
Ruben Angel Haro.
Hadil Hejaz.
Jessica Heggie.
Joanna Hernandez.
Cesar Hernandez.
Susana Hernandez.
Joshua Christian Hernandez.
Leslie Herrera.
Valerie Hernandez.
Liliana Herrera Reyes.
Lixie Herrera.
Janine Hizole.
Michelle Hinich.
Svetlana Lochazarova Hristova.
Sam Holy.
Natalia Hike.
Juan Daniel Huesca.
Julia Victoria Jazinska.
Ayad Abdumajid Ibrahim.
Giselle Jimenez.
Madison Jedlink.
Sierra Juarez.
Ocean Amir Roosevelt Johnson.
Justin Kaminsky.
Carlos Juarez.
Gabriela Candora.
Jake Kaminsky.
Tanya Kelly.
Melita Karech.
Kasper Kijowski.
Jason Kemp.
Janet Kitova.
Kaylee Kirkwood.
Veronica Comperda.
Anella Kostick.
Ian Kovanda.
Nicole Kowalik.
Michael Kozak.
Bryan Creeder.
Dominic Krotsky.
Isabella Emily Christofek.
Patricia Christofik.
Tyler William Kujawa.
Catherine Kulak.
Darina Kulinich.
Hannah Grace Kupfer.
Giovanni Laboy.
Ulysses Lagunas.
Marta Lasek.
Christian Liman.
Isabella Victoria Lolino.
Carlos Manuel Lopez.
Cynthia Lopez.
Luis Lopez.
Jacqueline Medina.
Paulina Isabella Lozada Cortez.
Savannah Lavano.
Amy Luna.
Yvette Luna Carreño.
Timothy Patrick Lynch.
Tara Mackey.
Tommy Machuga.
Sophia Mansour.
Victoria Marr.
Michael Marshy.
Aiden Martinez.
Alejandro F. Martinez.
Isela Martinez.
Jonathan Martinez.
Luis Martinez Jr.
Mauricio Martinez.
Dennis Martinique.
Nayeli Mata.
Andres Matute.
Thomas Allen McDonald.
Aiden McGovern.
Julissa Mejia.
Bruno Melesio.
Adolfo Mendez.
Erica Mendoza.
Clarissa Messina.
Olivia Mendron.
Jenna Mayer.
Nathaniel Luis Mesa.
Kasha McKenna.
Carolina Luisa Mihalik.
Jennifer Lynn Molini.
Melanie Mativa.
Joel Montenegro.
Joel Monarez.
Hector Miguel Montes.
Abigail Montes.
Audi Morales.
Samara Morado.
Brienne Morales.
Sochi Morales.
Priscilla Moreno.
Yenisser Morales Hernandez.
Riley Morioka.
Alejandro Moreno Madrigal.
Norma Munoz.
Julian Xander Munoz.
Claire Catherine Murray.
Brian Muro Enriquez.
Ulrich Anthony Nazareno.
Adrian Navarro.
Okay. Lawan Sol Nguyen.
Jenna Nguyen.
Tony Nguyen.
Man Nguyen.
V Nguyen.
Trang Nguyen.
Gisela Nieves.
Juliana Nieto.
Rafael Olmos.
Deanna Nino.
Shajwan Omar.
Adriana Olvera Cabral.
Kayla Marie Ortega.
Joselle Maries Lanoza Orban.
Noah Samuel Oyola.
Natalie Avali.
Jamin Paredes.
Alexis Pacheco.
Jaret Alberto Patricio.
Sunny Patel.
Jose Paz.
Paul Payne.
Oscar Peralta Diaz.
Haley Alexa Pelayo.
Joseph Petrick.
Cassandra Perez.
Gianna Nicole Petrucci.
Franco Petrucci.
Daniel Pisano.
Max Anthony Pinero.
Angelica Poplavsky.
David Pudoni.
Hillary Evangelina Portillo Moran.
Sebastian Portillo.
Melissa Prosick.
Mark Praca.
Marisol Unique Quinones.
Evelina Prosco.
Alejandro Quinones.
Alejandra Quinones.
Alexander Reed.
Elena Lisbeta Ramirez.
Bryan Renteria.
Lorenzo Antonio Ramirez.
Bianca Rios.
Cynthia Delilah Reed.
Victoria Caroline Roback.
Jacqueline Reyes.
Tristan Robles.
Alma Reyes.
Brianna Marie Rodriguez.
Angela Rivera.
Catrell Aned Rodriguez.
Marianne Robles.
Shayla Rodriguez.
Monica Rochnowski.
Zach Rojas.
Jackie Rodriguez.
Yaslin Abigail Roman.
Kierelyn Rodriguez.
Joshua Rosenstein.
Stephanie Roman.
Jake Sagan.
Sebastian Rosario.
Diamond Salazar.
Julian Josue Rueda.
Jessica Salgado.
Julia Razinska.
Ellen Sokic.
Christopher Salazar.
Dominic Sanakiewicz.
Eamon Saleh.
Emily Sanchez.
Miguel Salinas.
Joseph Sanchez.
Jalen Isaiah Samker.
Sarah Sanders.
Angel Sanchez.
Guadalupe Sandoval.
Jose Ramon Sanchez.
Moises Sandoval Rodriguez.
Priscilla Sanchez.
Catherine Sapaneri.
Angel Alberto Sandoval.
Hannah Schmidt.
Michael Domenico Sassanelli.
Candace Schrader.
Nicole Patricia Shyrick.
Evangelos Sifris.
Brittany Shire.
Peter Abel Seacat.
Thomas Senk.
Gray Tyler Scottsko.
Isha Shah.
Ryan Matthew Sons.
Michael Gabriel Slowinski.
Thais Soto.
Catherine Sotelo.
Victoria Stankiewicz.
Briam Soto Quinones.
Xavier Samuel Saran.
Jessica Strama.
Austin Julian Tamayo.
Viviana Tafoya Valencia.
Emily Tena.
Jacob Tequilolok.
Avian Sebastian Tirado.
Victor Terrazas.
Fred Torres.
Christian James Tokars.
Matthew Christopher Torres.
Gabriela Torres.
Sebastian Trejo.
Isaiah Antonio Tracy.
Adam Truska.
Michelle Troyan.
Shilpa D. Vadnurkar.
Jason Jesus Urrutia.
Jocelyn Valenzuela.
Gabriela Venegas.
Emily Vasquez.
Adrian Velasquez.
Namir Velkovic.
Ray Anthony Vera.
Beatriz Varon.
Daniel Victoria.
Gerardo Villa.
Octavio Villagomez.
Andrew Villaruel.
Marita Valchek.
Brian Wasilewski.
Danielle Weimerskirch.
Julia Elzbieta Verinsky.
Olivia Vidla.
John Wilms.
Donald Matthew Wind.
Emily Yarnell.
Anastasia Jasinska.
Yuri Yepes.
Desiree Zamudio.
Christian Patrick Zobran.
Svetoslavov Zogrowski.
Ana Polina Zuniga Silva.
Graduates, I know you will take your kindness, passion, and commitment to excellence with you on in life and forge a path that will continue to make us all proud. Our school is a stronger, more inclusive community because of your experiences, stories, and accomplishments. I only hope the world is ready to fully hear and see each one of you, for it will be a better place when it does. Now, graduates, please stand, face your family and friends, move your tassels to the left. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you.